Well, students may engage in bullying for a variety of reasons. Sometimes because a student has been hurt, feels very hurt, perhaps comes from an abusive family, has been treated very unkindly in the family, feels unhappy, and goes out and tries to hurt other children because of the frustration he feels. So that's one possible explanation. Another explanation is that sometimes a student may go to a school where there is, in fact, a good deal of bullying, and the children who are bullying are getting away with it. And in fact, they're being admired by other students. And so there is some kind of encouragement to bully. There are some schools which have an ethos which seems to encourage bullying. And these students may come from a perfectly good home, but they're in a school where they are encouraged to bully. And then there are students who bully because they are prejudiced, and their prejudice may lead them to dislike people of a different ethnic group and to engage in various ways of trying to ridicule them or hurt them. And this, of course, is what we call racial bullying. And then there is bullying which involves sexual harassment, when students, boys in particular, feel that it is quite appropriate to tease and upset girls. And then, of course, there are boys who feel that they are justified in upsetting boys who appear effeminate or seem weak or seem gay. Then we have homophobic types of bullying. So there are social or cultural reasons why children bully. And then there is bullying which goes on simply because a group of people who are friends find that it's fun to tease somebody outside the group, or somebody who used to be a friend of theirs, and they don't realize the harm they're actually doing. They think they're having a lot of fun. So then there are a variety of reasons why children might want to bully. It is normal in the sense that perhaps most children, perhaps all children, actually bully from time to time. But it becomes not normal when the bullying is exceedingly cruel, when it persists over a period of time, and in particular when children who bully realize that somebody is being seriously hurt, and it is quite unjustified, and they do not feel ashamed of it. It's normal to feel shame when one is engaged in bullying somebody for a period of time and causing a good deal of harm. Children who do not feel shame can be said to be in an abnormal state of mind and need to be helped. It seems to me that, yes, we do learn how to bully, in the sense that we understand, we observe other people, and we see that they are engaging in hurtful behavior. They know how to hurt. We learn how to hurt, physically, as a child, psychologically, how to upset people. But again, I think that some children are much more predisposed, I think, to learn these things, learn how to hurt people, and of course are more predisposed to apply what they learn in order to hurt people. Schools can do a great deal, I think, to reduce bullying. In the first place, the school can get an understanding of what is actually happening in the school, by observing the extent to which the bullying is taking place, the kind of bullying that's occurring, and the kinds of hurt that children experience. Probably the best way to do this is to make use of an anonymous questionnaire and discover from children precisely how they feel, and perhaps also from parents. That's the first step. Once the school knows what is happening to the students, they're generally motivated to do something about it. And then they can address the problem of what kind of a policy they should have, what they should say in their policy, and what kind of guidance they should give to students and to staff members in how to apply that policy successfully. And then I think teachers need individually to work out ways of talking with their classes about bullying, explaining what bullying is, why the school objects to it, what steps can be taken when they see bullying occurring, how they can protect themselves from being bullied, how they can help other people as bystanders when bullying occurs. So this discussion with students, I think, is most important to involve them in seeking a solution to the problem. And then I think teachers do need very often to learn how to deal more effectively with bully victim problems when they occur. how to work with bullies to change their behaviour, how to help students who are victimised to be more assertive and more resilient, and how to cope more effectively. And this requires, I think, that teachers are able to relate effectively with students, to develop positive relationships with students so they can help them. Very often students are very untrusting of teachers, suspicious of teachers. They don't believe that the teachers know how to deal with a bully victim problem. So teachers do really need to learn very often and experiment in different ways of helping children to overcome the problem of bullying. For a long time, teachers have not focused upon the problem, or they've looked at it from the point of view of looked at it as a disciplinary problem, how to control children who are behaving badly. I think the important thing is to try to understand bullying from the student point of view, and that of course means listening to and understanding why students are bullying, because I think it's only when you really understand why they're bullying that you're in a position to try to alter the behaviour. A good deal of research around the world has been done in seeking to find out whether anti-bullying programs can be effective. There are at least 20 quite good studies that have been published in different parts of the world which do in fact show that bullying can be reduced. The best study, the most effective intervention, reduced bullying by about 50%. But most interventions are less successful. In fact, we might say they're only modestly successful. They're more successful in reducing the number of students who are actually being bullied. They are less successful in actually changing the behaviour of bullies, because bullies very often are quite happy with their behaviour and are difficult to change, whereas victims want to learn. So there can be some quite considerable reduction in the number of children that are victimised. And it's also the case that the success of the interventions is greater with younger children. So we need to start early. Once children get into their adolescent years, they're much more difficult to help. And lastly, I think whether an intervention is successful enough or not, according to the research, depends upon how consistently, how conscientiously the program has been applied. Where there is a very thorough application of the program, of the anti-bullying program, then one can get big reductions. In one school in Finland, there was a reduction of 80%. And so great strides can be made towards reducing bullying if the policy is implemented thoroughly.